In the ever-evolving world of automobiles, where cutting-edge designs, technological advances, and competitive performance often dominate conversations, one oddball vehicle has consistently defied expectations to carve out a devoted fan base: the Subaru BRAT. Quirky, rugged, and undeniably memorable, the BRAT occupies a unique corner in automotive history. It's a vehicle that didn't fit into any established category, and that's exactly why it still holds such charm today. From its humble debut in the late 1970s to its modern-day cult status, the BRAT has had a fascinating journey. Originally marketed as a solution for a niche problem, it ended up as a symbol of innovation, risk-taking, and offbeat appeal. In this deep dive, we'll explore the full story of the Subaru BRAT, from conception to cultural icon, uncovering all the features, struggles, and quirks that made it unforgettable. The birth of the BRAT, an answer to American tariffs. To understand the Subaru BRAT, you need to start with the environment it was born into. In the 1970s, the United States was trying to protect its domestic automotive and agricultural industries. As part of this effort, the government imposed what became known as the chicken tax, a 25% tariff on imported light trucks. This made it extremely costly for foreign automakers to sell small pickups in the US. Subaru, a relatively small Japanese automaker at the time, was looking to break into the growing American market. But the chicken tax posed a serious financial obstacle. Their solution? A loophole so clever it almost felt like a prank. Add 2 rear-facing jump seats in the bed of the truck, classify the vehicle as a passenger car, and import it tariff-free. Thus, the Subaru BRAT, short for Bi-Drive Recreational All-Terrain Transporter, was born. It was essentially a Subaru Leon that had been modified to include a pickup-style bed and those iconic rear-facing seats bolted into the cargo area. It was bizarre. It was brilliant. It was undeniably unique. Styling and design. Truck, car, or both. The BRAT was unlike anything else on the road. Its body style blurred the lines between car and truck. The front half was very much a car, a compact coupe or hatchback, depending on the year, while the rear featured a small, open bed with the aforementioned jump seats. To those unfamiliar with the vehicle, the BRAT might have looked like a car that had been chopped in half and reassembled by someone with a creative streak. But there was method to the madness. Subaru intended the BRAT to fill a very specific role: a fun, affordable, go-anywhere utility vehicle that offered just enough capability to appeal to light-duty users, particularly younger buyers and outdoorsy types. Key design features: 4-wheel drive selectable. Most models came with a dual-range 4-watt ED system that allowed for rugged off-road adventures. Rear-facing plastic seats. These were primarily added to circumvent the tariff but became a quirky talking point. T-top roof on later models. Some BRATs even offered removable roof panels for a semi-convertible experience. Integrated roll bar, optional. A stylish and somewhat functional addition that gave the BRAT a more rugged appearance. Car-like interior. Because the front half was essentially a Subaru Leon, the cabin felt more like a passenger car than a work truck. It didn't look like any pickup on the market, and that was the point. Target market and sales challenges. Subaru didn't have Ford or Chevrolet's marketing budgets, and that worked both for and against the BRAT. On one hand, it gave the company freedom to experiment and take risks. On the other hand, it meant they had to work harder to explain exactly what the BRAT was. Was it a truck? A car? A toy for adventurous 20-somethings? Subaru tried all of these marketing angles at one point or another, but none truly stuck. The BRAT's unusual category placement, neither a full truck nor a traditional car, made it difficult to market through conventional channels. Pickup buyers found it too small and weak, while car buyers found the truck bed impractical. However, for a small group of adventurous drivers, especially those in rural areas, on farms, or in snow-prone regions, the BRAT was perfect. It was affordable, reliable, had 4-wheel drive, and was surprisingly capable off-road. It didn't have the payload of a full-size pickup, but it could haul tools, firewood, dogs, and camping gear with ease. Under the hood, capable but modest. The BRAT never aimed to dominate the drag strip. It was built for practicality, reliability, and basic functionality. Engine options: 1.6 and 1.8-liter flat-4 engines. Subaru's trademark boxer engines powered the BRAT throughout its production. The flat-four layout provided a low center of gravity which improved stability and handling. Horsepower ranged from about 67 horsepower in early models to around 94 horsepower in later years. Transmission, 4-speed manual came standard, though a 3-speed automatic was available later. Fuel economy. The BRAT was quite efficient for its time, often averaging in the mid-20s for miles per gallon. Though it wasn't powerful by any stretch, the BRAT's lightweight and torquey low end made it nimble and surprisingly confident on rough terrain. Its drivetrain, shared with the Leon and GL models, was well-tested and rugged. Off-road performance. The BRAT shines in the dirt. Where the BRAT truly stood out was off the pavement. Thanks to its lightweight chassis, selectable four-wheel drive, and short wheelbase, the BRAT had excellent trail manners. While it couldn't match the heavy-duty hauling capacity of a Ford F-150 or a Chevy CK, it was nimble, sure-footed, and more than capable of getting through snow, mud, and forest roads. Many outdoor lovers, ranchers, and small property owners came to rely on the BRAT as a go-anywhere utility vehicle that could also be used to drive into town. Its small size made it especially practical for tight trails and rural driveways. Safety and legal complications. Ironically, one of the BRAT's most defining features, its rear-facing jump seats, also led to legal and safety concerns. These seats had no proper protection in case of an accident, and over time became a point of criticism, especially as safety regulations tightened in the 1980s. Eventually, Subaru was pressured to stop including the seats on BRATs sold outside the US market. Later, BRATs did away with the seats altogether in most regions. Still, for enthusiasts and collectors, the presence of those plastic thrones is often a badge of authenticity, a throwback to a time when car makers could get away with much more creative or reckless decisions. Cultural legacy, from oddity to icon. Despite all the odds stacked against it, the Subaru BRAT has earned a cult following that persists to this day. Enthusiasts love the BRAT not in spite of its quirks, but because of them. Pop culture appearances. Movies. The BRAT has popped up in several 1980s and 1990s films, often as a prop that underscores a character's quirky, down-to-earth personality. Music. Alternative bands have referenced or featured the BRAT in album art or music videos, reinforcing its cool, retro vibe. Video games. Retro-themed car games have included vehicles that closely resemble the BRAT. Collectors seek them out at auctions and online classifieds, often restoring them to better-than-new condition. Others leave them rough and ready for trail duty or quirky weekend cars. Today, a well-kept BRAT can fetch surprising amounts on the collector market. BRAT in international markets. While the BRAT was primarily designed for the North American market, versions of it were also sold in Australia, New Zealand, South America, and Europe, often under different names like the Brumby or MV pickup. In these markets, the BRAT T sometimes gained stronger acceptance due to its utility and compact size. In Australia, for instance, the Brumby developed a small but passionate following. The vehicle's ability to navigate rough roads and agricultural terrain made it popular among ranchers and farmers. The end of the BRAT and Subaru's shift production of the BRAT ended in 1994. By that point, the automotive landscape had shifted dramatically. SUVs and crossovers were on the rise, and Subaru began to shift toward all-wheel drive passenger cars like the Outback, Legacy, and later the Forester. The BRAT didn't have a clear place in the market anymore, and Subaru, by then a growing brand known for practicality and all-wheel drive, chose to retire it. No direct successor was ever developed, though vehicles like the Subaru Baja 2003 to 2006 attempted to rekindle the same spirit, albeit with a more modern, refined approach. Why the BRAT still matters today. So why does the Subaru BRAT still matter? Why do so many enthusiasts still talk about it, restore it, and drive it on the weekends? Because the BRAT dared to be different. It was a creative answer to a complex problem. It was weird in the best way. It took risks, it offered utility and fun at a time when most vehicles forced you to choose one or the other. In an era when many cars look the same and conform to market expectations, the BRAT reminds us that it's okay to build something offbeat. It's a celebration of what happens when engineers, designers, and marketers throw out the rulebook and try something truly original. Final thoughts. The Subaru BRAT is more than just a footnote in automotive history. It's a symbol of innovation, defiance, and charm. It may have been a commercial oddity, but its impact lives on through collectors, adventurers, and anyone who appreciates vehicles with personality. Whether you're drawn to its quirky jump seats, its go-anywhere 4x capability, or just its underdog story, the BRAT has earned its place in the hearts of car lovers around the world. If you're a BRAT fan, drop a comment and tell us, what's your favorite memory with this weird little truck? Are you restoring one? Do you daily drive it? And what other quirky classics would you love us to explore next? Let us know. We're just as curious as you are.